Hello friends and welcome back to the Brockopp side. Today we got ourselves a Blu-ray review for Titans Season 1 on DC Universe. So yeah, the complete first season of Titans is out on Blu-ray now, and I was really happy they were doing a Blu-ray release of this show because, you know, it is a DC Universe streaming service exclusive, which I do have it, and I really enjoyed watching the show when it was on there brand new, but I was really hoping they would give us a home video release as well, just because, you know, I'm me and I like having that kind of thing. So as you can see here, this kind of has some basic artwork and stuff, and, you know, nice very slim Blu-ray case. It's only like 2 discs long and only like 11 episodes. So now if we just take it out of Mr. Slipcover, I think this is actually the first TV Blu-ray review I've ever done on this channel. Yeah, I've done like over 50 of these, and this is the first time I've gone over a TV show. Probably because I don't talk about TV show Blu-rays much, because I don't buy them brand new very often, because they usually cost a lot. But yeah, kind of cool that we're finally doing something about that. So if we just open it up like so. So over here you got disc 1 and disc 2 of Titans, no fancy insert artwork. And something that comes within the Blu-ray itself that I thought was actually kind of cool is just a little pamphlet that lists all the episodes on what discs they're on and where the bonus features are. And of course, here's the digital download copy code. If it's at first, you can have it. Enjoy yourself. But hey, if you don't get that digital code, you know what you could always do? You could always pay $7.99 a month and get complete access to the DC Universe streaming service where you can watch Titans, Doom Patrol, and all those other goodies. But this is not me like trying to plug it. I'm not sponsored by DC Universe or anything, but I'm a big fan of the streaming service. So you know, maybe give it a shot. Give it a free trial, and maybe then get it. I recommend. So before we go any further, I'll tell you my quick thoughts on the show itself, because unfortunately I didn't do a full season review like I planned to back in January when the season ended. But yeah, I figured since the Blu-ray is coming out, that'd be the perfect time to talk about it then. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna do now. So I know in the very beginning this show kind of got a little bit of backlash from that first trailer. It's like, oh, everything's all dark and gritty and depressing, and Robin says, "Frick Batman." But you know what? I didn't like have any like knee-jerk negative reaction to it, because it looked like this show was gonna be dark, gritty, and violent. And well, that's exactly what it was, and I was looking forward to that because I've discovered that I really like my comic book shows to be dark and gritty and violent. You know, just do some things that the movies are kind of afraid to do, unfortunately. You know, it's like I'll go see every major, bright, colorful Marvel movie with the one-liners and the jokes and the quips and, you know, the nice PG-13 blockbuster feel. But if I want to see some gritty, dark superhero action with maybe a few cuss words in there, I'll go watch Arrow or Daredevil or Jessica Jones or Titans, because this show is just bloody, violent, a little gory, kind of scary at times, and there's a lot of bad words in here, so I really like how this show just kind of got the freedom to just do things a little more risque than maybe a movie or a network show would be able to do. But, you know, it's not just the vulgarity I like about this show. That'd be kind of sad if it was. But, you know, I also just really think it's a solid show. I really like Brenton Thwaites as Dick Grayson / Robin. I was really waiting for this guy to get like a really good role that would be kind of like the standard of his career, because he's someone I've been kind of rooting for since the days of Gods of Egypt. And then I thought, okay, maybe he'd be good in the next Pirates of the Caribbean, which, you know, I thought he was okay there, but it's like, nobody's gonna remember him in that. But yeah, I really like him as Dick Grayson in this show, and I think the whole cast as a whole is really good. You know, I really like the direction that they're going with this, so it's not just, hey, we gotta assemble a team, let's go build this T-shaped tower and fight crime. Now, this is more like a kind of a road travel show where they're, you know, on the road trying to help Raven, and all these people are after them, and they're trying to figure out all these secrets and deal with their personal struggles together and things like that. And also they meet some really famous and not so famous DC characters along the way, which leads to some pretty cool cameos and references and things like that. I do unfortunately think the show kind of starts to lose focus a little bit on the main story towards the end of the season, where they kind of start introducing a lot more DC characters, you know, like Wonder Girl or Donna Troy, if I'm not mistaken. And then they have an entire episode all about Hawk and Dove, but it's like, they put that episode towards the end of the season when everything's getting all intense, when it probably should have happened, like, you know, right after they're introduced in the very beginning of the season. So it does feel like they kind of lose track a little bit, and they also introduced the Doom Patrol here as well, which of course they went on and got their own season of that show, which is also a really good season. But we'll get into that in October when that Blu-ray comes out. So the gist of it all is that I'm really digging this show so far. I love the direction they're going with it. I just really like how these comic book streaming shows and this kind of streaming shows in general just seem to have a lot more freedom to do, you know, more risque, more expressive things that you couldn't do on a cable show. So I think this was just the perfect format to have a show like this, and I am just totally on board for more Titans. I can't wait for season 2, which should be out sometime later this fall, as well as Doom Patrol season 2, and just, you know, I'm just really digging the DC Universe original shows right now, so I look forward to seeing what kind of content they'll put out in the future, as well as continued content of the same things they've got now. But anywho, as far as the bonus content goes, on the back it does brag that it includes 13 amazing featurettes. What this doesn't tell you is that the featurettes are incredibly tiny little snippets that you probably would have just uploaded to like a YouTube channel or something, because, you know, some of them are cool and all, but they're really kind of just your typical run-of-the-mill stuff. Basically, they're just like 90-second snippets of actors going, "I play a character, and he has problems." And it just seems like with some of those little tiny featurettes, they could have just clumped them together into one bigger, like, featurette documentary type thing, because, you know, there are like different sound bites from the different actors that get repeated over and over and over again throughout the individual ones, and there's a couple of them in there that kind of felt just a little unnecessary, like they were just kind of put in there for filler purposes, you know, just, they don't really feel like they should be there, just kind of feels like they just wanted to add it so they can say, we got 13 featurettes, but it's more like a few, you know, very linear ones, and a couple of like little outtake-y type stuff. We're gonna call it a feature anyway. But anyway, mini rant over. So streamlined featurettes aside, picture and sound quality is really, really nice. You know, it's also one of the reasons I was hoping we would get a Blu-ray release of this show, is because it is on the DC Universe app. And you know, unfortunately, when you stream stuff, you know, most of the time the quality is really good and all, but sometimes it can dip or just be really pixelated and ugly like. But here, with the Blu-ray, it's gonna be consistently beautiful all the time. Physical copies for the win. So yeah, if you were a fan of Titans Season 1 and want to get the physical copy, I do recommend picking this up. Or if you've never seen the show or just unwilling to get DC Universe, then yeah, maybe go pick this up, and I think you'll enjoy it, you know. Or maybe not. I don't know, I'm not a mind reader. So, those are my thoughts on Titans Season 1 on Blu-ray. If you guys picked up this Blu-ray, or if you've seen the show, or if you can't wait to see how many other DC characters they introduce in Season 2 to kind of get their own episodes and kind of take stray away from the main plot, but then try to circle back into it, kind of lose a bit more focus, and I'm kind of just rambling at this point because I really don't care because it's 9 o'clock at night and I'm freaking tired. Let me know down below, and we'll see you on the Brockopp side.